everyone, welcome to another episode of Book Club Picks. I'm Amy, and today I'm going to be talking about 4 books that I've read with my afternoon book discussion group. So the first one is The Bookshop on the Corner by Jenny Colgan. Okay. This one was enjoyable to a point. We kind of laughed in the group because we never understood why it was called Book Club on the Corner, because she drove around a bus, basically van, that was converted into like a bookmobile. So the title we kind of laughed about, but don't let that get you hung up on it. But so it's about this, she's a librarian in England and she gets let go from her job, so she's kind of lost. So she decides that she's rescued books that the library was going to discard, and she's hoarding them in her apartment, which her roommate does not appreciate. So she decides that after she loses her job, she's going to get herself a van, turn it into a bookmobile, and start. She ends up actually over in Scotland, in this small town where they don't have a library, and they really appreciate her coming, and this is where she eventually settles. She meets all these people in the town, kind of has a romance with an engineer, a railroad engineer that kind of comes through every once in a while. So it was good. It was a good story. I liked reading how she got this up and going, and people she would meet. For some reason, towards the end, she gets in this relationship, and it's pretty explicit, which you never know when you pick out books for book discussion what you're going to get. So that part we were just you kind of don't enjoy, but just skip over that one. So that part didn't really like too much, but overall, I mean, it was a good story. There was, stuff to discuss, about her. We were more interested in the bookmobile part of the story and her life in Scotland. And of course, we like stories where it's set, in other places we've never been. So it was interesting to see a little town in Scotland, how they operated. So it was okay. It was cute. So that's about all I'll say. I'll be nice. The next one I loved, but it's right up my alley. This is just kind of stuff I like to read. It's Mist of Midnight. It's by Sandra Bird, and it's the first in a series. And it is Christian, but it's kind of like a gothic romance mystery. This girl, Rebecca is her name, and she's the daughter of missionaries in India, and her parents are killed, so she comes back to inherit her estate in England. And she gets there and realizes that there had been someone before her that was pretending to be her, and had lived at the estate, and all the people there believed this other person to be the heir. And so they're very mistrustful of Rebecca. You kind of are a little bit at first, and then there's this man. He's a distant relative, and he was in line to inherit. And after this first Rebecca died, he was going to take over the estate. So then the real Rebecca shows up, and it's kind of a mystery. You don't know how, you kind of wonder if the first one was murdered for her inheritance. And she's drawn, though, to this man, this mysterious man, but she doesn't know if she can trust him. It's just it's really good, and it's kind of scary, and just how mysteries are. And the romance is really good, but also you don't know if you can trust him. You're kind of on this journey with her. So Really like this one. I think everybody in the book discussion liked this one, so I'll probably read more by her, definitely. And it is the first in a series. I think I said that. So there's others, but we like this one. Okay, the next one is Angels Walking by Karen Kingsbury. This is contemporary, which usually on my free time I do more historical, but this was good. And I think this is the first, no, this is one of the second I've read by Karen Kingsbury. She's a really good writer, though. Of course, she has tons of books. This is the first in a series, and it's about these angels in heaven that are sent to protect people on earth. That's why it's called Angels Walking. And you kind of learn about different people there's in this series. So each book takes on different people, and this one about he's a baseball player, professional, and he, throws out his arm, and he just kind of goes downhill from there. And it's about how these angels, how heaven intervenes in his life and leads him back to the path he's meant to be on. It's just an interesting take on angels, and I believe in angels that are walking the earth, watching over us, and so it's just a different perspective. So we enjoyed this one. I liked it. She writes really emotional books, so really get you kind of right in the heart. So I liked it. We all liked it. So the last one is Mrs. Lincoln's Dressmaker by Jennifer Chiaverini, and she's written a lot of books. She had the series, what is it? The Quilt Makers, or I don't know. It's something about quilts. She has that whole series. So she's written a lot of books too, and this one was really interesting. It's based on a true story. Mary Todd Lincoln, her dressmaker, and it's interesting because we follow the dressmaker's life, but we learn about Mary Todd Lincoln and President Lincoln through this dressmaker. And this dressmaker, it's really interesting story. She had a lot of power during that time, especially for a woman, a black woman, and it is, of course, during the Civil War. And we kind of learn the dressmaker's name is it's Elizabeth Keckley, and she actually wrote a biography about her life, and a lot of that is woven into this story, the true story. And it's about how close she was to Mary Todd Lincoln, but it also talks about Mary Todd Lincoln's, her kind of downward spiral, especially after losing her husband, her child, just what happens to her, later years. So a lot of stuff that I had never heard or read about. So it was interesting take, and it was interesting because it was told from point of view of someone else. So you kind of get someone that was close to her, that was with her daily, just kind of a different perspective. If you were going straight from the first person, so it was good. It was interesting. We've read some different books by her, and they're always good books, so we like this one. Okay, those are my books for today. You can find out more information about the book discussion at the end of this video if you'd ever like to join us. After all this pandemic mess is over, we'd love to have you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.